What's going on, everyone? It's Mr. West. I hope we're all well. So the ZenFone 5 had an update on Sunday, and it says in the changelog that there are camera improvements. So just come back to our familiar spot just to see if I can find out if the improvements are any better. Now, I wanted to see what the video stabilization was like, and also the actual processing of the video. When I watched back the previous video, I wasn't particularly happy with the way some of the video came out. That's obviously not my fault. It's down to the phone. Now, when using things like 1080p 60 and 4K which use optical stabilization, the image looked very jarry. There was a lot of wobbling around, and wasn't very happy with that. So I wanted to see if the improvements had made any difference to the video quality. And the front-facing camera hasn't been changed. I can see that already. Stabilization still works great. I can just walk around. I will still get a great stable image behind me. Can't see that at the moment, but that will all be stabilized out in processing. So that sunset, wow. So I'll just switch to main camera video. I've also done some tests in my car as well with the phone strapped to the windscreen. We'll just see if there's any improvements in the main camera video. I've also taken a couple of photos as well, just to see how the main camera has been changed. One thing it has changed is the autofocus. It is a lot faster, and you can get a lot closer to subjects as well at the same time. So I'm just going to switch around to the main camera now, and we'll see how things look. This is full HD at 60 frames per second. I know already that the 30 frames per second full HD video, which has electronic image stabilization, isn't changed, but I wanted to see what the difference is with this. When I watched this portion of footage back on the previous camera test video, there was lots of warping in the image and things were just wobbling around everywhere, which didn't look very desirable. So I'm using the phone handheld this time. I haven't got my little tripod with me, so let's just try again. Now obviously you can be the judge of this and tell me what you think of the video. So again, this is full HD at 60 frames per second. I will be trying out the 120 frames per second option on this occasion, because that is more for if you want to get smoother, slowed down footage. Just round this way, so the sun is over there. So that is a lovely scene. What a backdrop, eh? And I dare say this is looking a bit better. However, it might just be the placebo effect, because I know there's been an update. So this is 4K at 30 frames per second. We're just going to go the same route. And again, this previously relied on optical image stabilization. And once again, this is handheld video now, so I'm not using my mini tripod. What you need to be looking out for is things like edges of these bushes here, because they were warping all over the place in the previous video, which I've got to say I was a little bit disappointed with, but again, it's not really my fault, it's just how the camera captures the video. So detail around the scene. So we've got that spectacular sunset over the mountain there. Tell me what you think the colours are like as well. Obviously capturing a true to life scene on a phone can be quite difficult with all the changes in light. A little bit juddery in the viewfinder here. Lots of skip frames. Alright, so now we're going to test full HD at 60 frames per second. Now, when I did the original test looking out over the motorway, I did notice that there is a few drop frames at 60 frames per second. Notably, obviously there's lots of fast moving cars on that stretch of the motorway, but I just wanted to see if the camera update has cured any of that. Now you can see some slight overexposure in the sky just above those trees there. Now this route I've chosen has been done on purpose. Now we're going to be driving directly into the sun. As soon as we get past this tree on your left, we should get a big burst of sun through the viewfinder. There it is. So yeah, it's blowing out the sun and the clouds and the sky as well. I wasn't expecting huge miracles. Now, driving through this bit always reminds me a bit of Gran Turismo, which is always amusing. Not quite this bit here, but there'll be a big overhang of trees in a little bit, and you'll see why. So just go around this roundabout. Alright, so here's the section I'm talking about, which has the tree overhang. So this will test out the detail in slightly darker video area. There we go. So here's the overhang of the trees. Apologies, you can see my air vents in the image there. So yeah, again, we've got blown out sky in the background. I would have expected Asus to have fixed that. So just pick up a bit of speed and see how this does. Now this car's no Audi RS6 like I did with the OnePlus 6 video, but we can still get up to national speed limit on this road. So yeah, there's a little bit, like some of the clouds have got like this purple tinge to them, you can see it, and now it's blowing it out again, which again is, there we go, so we've got the detail back now, because we've got a bit of contrast with the trees, and blown out again. Okay, so let's see how the autofocus is improved. It is marginally faster now with the ZenFone 5 update. So this little plant here, so there we go. That is impressive. Before it had trouble focusing on the lock, but this is much better already. Now this is obviously blown in the wind, so we'll get a snap of that. We'll include these at the end of the video. And we found some flowers here, a rare find. So let's just go in on these petals. These are dying because the season is changing a bit. So again, you've got a nice focus on this. Let's just go a bit closer. Very nice. We've got some of the flowers here. Now there is a limit to the focus on the ZenFone 5. You can't get too close, but that is close enough. So the optical image stabilization really helps to get a good shot each time. And if we show you a wide angle of this sunset in the distance here. Darken the brightness. Really, really spectacular. I love this view. Hey everyone, that's just a update video on the ZenFone 5 camera update. We'll have to see for ourselves when we watch the video back if the updates have been worth it. You let me know in the comments if you can obviously go back and look at the other video and see if you can notice any improvements. I do think the autofocus is a lot better now the update has been applied. It's a lot quicker, and you can also get a lot closer to object as well, so the focal length has obviously been improved. Now you can't improve the focal length of a camera, but the processing can help that with an update. So you let me know what you think, and also don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more camera tests like this coming soon. I've got more handsets coming up shortly, which I'll be doing this type of camera test with. So if you want to see that, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll do my best to get back to you if you leave any comments in the video. But for now, my name's Mr. West. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later.